How did Jennifer Lopez build her empire? And how did Ben Affleck build his? We know that J-Lo is one of the megastars around Hollywood and the world, and so is Ben Affleck. His Batman movies have received a lot of success around the globe. So which Bennifer has the highest net worth? Jenny from the Block. Jenny from the Block has gone a long way from her Bronx background. With a 3-decade career under her belt, it's no wonder that the singer and actress has amassed a sizable property portfolio. Jennifer Lopez is about to make a shift after her public split from fiancé Alex Rodriguez and the rekindling of her romance with Ben Affleck. Despite her humble beginnings, Jennifer Lopez now owns an astonishing portfolio of high-end real estate, including a mega mansion in Miami, a small snug Encino hamlet, and her Bel Air family home, having gone from a small home in the Bronx to her first mansion in Beverly Hills. However, she was not born into such opulence. Jennifer Lynn Lopez was born on July 24, 1969, in a world far apart from the sparkle and glamour that now surrounds her. The family lived in Castle Hill, a residential neighborhood in the Bronx, New York, and was the middle child of 3 sisters. J-Lo's childhood home was a small apartment, but the Lopez family quickly outgrew it and moved into a larger property. This 2-story house on Black Rock Avenue in the Bronx was purchased by a family of 5. J-Lo's father, David Lopez, was a computer technician, and her mother, Guadalupe, was a stay-at-home mom, so purchasing a home of this size was a major accomplishment for the Lopez family. J-Lo is known for her pride in her background, which she has emphasized throughout her career, most notably in her popular song, Jenny from the Block. The last time the house was on the market was in 2009 when it sold for an estimated $439,000 or £334,000. 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms are included in the 1,500 square foot home. Jennifer grew up sharing a room with her 2 sisters, Linda and Leslie, and had very little personal space. The kitchen and living area below were warm and inviting, with everything the family might require. J-Lo began singing and dancing lessons at the age of 5 while still living on Black Rock Avenue. During her senior year of high school, she excelled in the performing arts and learned about film casting for the production My Little Girl. She made her acting debut in the 1986 film Mira. She enrolled in a dancing college in Manhattan at the age of 18 after finishing the film. The big break as an artist. J-Lo was functionally homeless for a few months after moving out of her parents' Bronx home when she was just 18 years old. She slept on the sofas of her dancing studio and the Ballet Hispanico Center in Upper West Side, determined to pursue dance full-time. She won her first job, a dance position that would take her to Europe a few months later. When she returned to the United States in early 1990s, she poured herself into auditions and landed her first major break as a fly girl dancer in season 3 of the American comedy In Living Color. The soon-to-be celebrity relocated to Los Angeles after finally getting her opportunity in the spotlight. Between 1991 and 1996, she worked as a backup dancer for major musical bands such as New Kids on the Block and Janet Jackson. J-Lo's acting career was on the rise from her 1997 star debut in the Latin movie Selena to her first significant Hollywood part alongside Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson in Money Train. During this period, she also recorded her first demo, which was in Spanish and caught the attention of Tommy Mottola at Sony Music. With If You Had My Love and her debut album On the 6, inspired by the No. 6 subway line in New York City, which the singer used to ride on from the Bronx, J-Lo eventually got her first success in 1999. Her first mansion and others. J-Lo was finally bringing home the bacon with her first #1 single and album under her belt. She bought her first luxury home in 2000, marking the start of her massive property holdings. The 7-bedroom property overlooks Beverly Hills and Studio City and is located in the Summit, a private gated enclave. The actor spent $4.3 million, or £3.3 million, on the exclusive residence. But as with so many other things in her incredible career, the risk paid off. It's difficult to beat for a first house. The main home has a total living area of 15,000 square feet, 11 bedrooms, and its own theater. Lopez put the house on the market in 2004 and it sold for $12.5 million, or £9.5 million, to nightclub owner Sam Nazarian. A large pool and spa, a tennis court, a guest house with its own gym, and a spacious outdoor living room with sofas, fireplace, and outdoor kitchen are all on the grounds. J-Lo was so taken with the grounds that she chose them as the site of her wedding to Mark Anthony in June of 2004. J.Lo's oceanfront Miami retreat. J.Lo went on to buy a second luxurious property in 2002, this oceanfront estate in Miami, for an undisclosed sum, following the sustained success of her first record. The Spanish-style mansion is surrounded by manicured gardens and swaying palm trees and sits on slightly over 1.2 acres of grounds. The house contains 7 bedrooms and 13 bathrooms, in addition to its huge formal spaces, balconies, and terraces. It also includes a lift and a wrought iron balustrade on the spiral stairs. This laid-back living room features plush sofas and a stone floor, and it's much more in keeping with J.Lo's laid-back attitude and neutral palette. The mansion also contains a theater, a wine cellar, and a water purifier for the entire house. A medieval-style chandelier hangs over the table in the enormous formal dining room, which views out over the grounds through arched windows. The master bedroom alone is 1,000 square feet on the second floor. The suite contains a patio, gym, office, and an ensuite bathroom, and is made up of 3 bedrooms that have been combined into one. She only lived in this mansion for 3 years, selling it for $40 million, or £30.4 million, in 2005. Nonetheless, it's believed that the home held a special place in her heart because it was where she allegedly retreated following her infamous breakup with actor Ben Affleck. The enormous kitchen, like the rest of the house, is painted in neutral colors and features a large kitchen island with exposed rafters. Outside, there's a 60-foot-long swimming pool with a spa, a coral stone terrace, a cabana, and an excellent outdoor kitchen. It also boasts a dock with enough space for multiple large boats, as well as 200 feet of Biscayne Bay coastline. Lopez had a few more houses, some of her own and some were with her exes. After months of rumors, J.Lo and her fiancé, Alex Rodriguez, eventually split for good in May 2020. They had been together for 4 years. While dealing with the public breakup, it was thought that the singer was spending time in her Miami mansion. She has, however, just restarted her romance with Ben Affleck, and the two have been sighted house hunting together. Funny love nest at the Lovebirds. The couple were spotted touring comedian Bob Hope's Tolka Lake mansion, according to TMZ. The lavish 38,000 square foot mansion features 12 bedrooms, 24 bathrooms, and a bespoke indoor sports complex with a boxing ring and basketball courts. A caretaker house and a guest penthouse are also included in the property. Parking for 80 guests is available, as well as a 2-bedroom guardhouse. This looks like this house is not just for Jen, but for them, sources tell the website. The couple's representatives have been contacted for comment by Mail Online. During their house hunting adventures, Jen and Ben were spotted touring Bob's $40 million Toluca Lake estate and looking closer than ever. Ben drove his lady love in his luxurious Mercedes-Benz while she peered out the window. Ever the adoring boyfriend. At around 11:30 a.m. the same day, the couple reportedly spent an hour touring the sprawling 5-acre property that once belonged to the famous British-American comedian. They definitely want a house that was full of laughter. Billionaire Ron Burkle owns the lavish home, which includes a 1-hole golf course and other luxurious amenities. Since rekindling their romance earlier this year, the couple has taken their relationship seriously, as evidenced by the house tour. This isn't the first time the couple has been seen looking at houses together. They were also seen looking at houses last month. Bennifer was already taking steps to make LA her new permanent home, and the two appear to be on the verge of moving in together. What about Ben Affleck? How did he build his empire? Ben Affleck's childhood and education. Affleck's full name is Benjamin Geza Affleck Bolt, and he was born on October 15, 1972. Ben grew up in Berkeley, California, where he spent his childhood. Ben is Matt Damon's boyhood friend, and the two spent their youth in Cambridge having fun until landing his first acting role in a Burger King commercial in 1984. Hands of a Stranger, 1987, and The Second Voyage of Mimi, 1988, were two of the actor's later TV appearances. After high school, Affleck went to Occidental College in Los Angeles to study liberal arts. However, Affleck's first major part, which catapulted him to popularity, was in the 1993 film Dazed and Confused, in which he plays an unpleasant high school senior. Ben also collaborated with director-producer Kevin Smith, appearing in Mallrats in 1995 and Chasing Amy in 1997. Ben's career took off once he landed a role in Good Will Hunting, starring Matt Damon, 1998. Affleck won his first Academy Award for the film, and with the award in hand, he quickly became a household figure. Ben Affleck's net worth. Ben Affleck's acting profession helped him amass his $150 million wealth. After a decade of making films that were only middling box office successes, the star's net worth skyrocketed in 2010. While climbing the Hollywood ladder, Affleck scored his biggest role to date as the Caped Crusader in the 2016 film Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice. The actor worked with trainer Walter Norton Jr. from the Institute of Performance and Fitness in North Reading, Massachusetts, to prepare for the part, which required him to wear a 75-pound Batman suit. In 2018, Affleck divorced his wife, Jennifer Garner, but it didn't seem to impact his work. In fact, the actor has appeared in more films in the last 5 years than he has in his whole career, so the future looks bright for Affleck. Ben credits his achievements to a combination of hard work and a little bit of luck. On set, the actor is said to be intense, insisting that every scene be perfect. He's a morning person who prefers to get up at 6 a.m. and go to the gym for a workout. And that habit was inspired by the one and only Jennifer Lopez. Ben is in charge of his routine and makes sure he gets at least 8 hours of sleep every night. With a great net worth like theirs, what do you think their love nest would be?